Alright, football fans. In the world of professional sports, certain jersey numbers become more than just numbers, they become legendary. They represent eras, dominance, and the icons who wore them. And for the New York Giants, perhaps no number is more iconic, more legendary, than number 56, made famous by the one and only Lawrence Taylor, Lieutenant. Arguably the greatest defensive player in NFL history. So, when the Giants drafted promising pass rusher Abdul Carter with the 3rd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, it raised an interesting question. Could a new era star potentially take on that hallowed number? And apparently, the young rookie was bold enough to ask. Abdul Carter, fresh off being drafted as the 3rd overall pick out of Penn State, reportedly reached out through intermediaries to the man himself, the legend Lawrence Taylor, asking for permission to wear his retired number 56. It was a move that showed immense respect for the player he looks up to, and perhaps a desire to immediately step into the shoes of greatness. Carter's college number 11, is also retired by the Giants in honor of legendary quarterback Phil Simms. So he knew he'd have to pick a new number anyway. Why not shoot for the top? According to reports, Lawrence Taylor initially conveyed his respectful decline through those same intermediaries. However, showing the class and support that defined true mentorship, Taylor's longtime agent, Mark Lepselter, and Carter's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, arranged a phone call between the legendary linebacker and the Giants' newest pass-rushing hopeful over the weekend. Taylor wanted to make sure his declining the request wasn't misunderstood and that he could show his support for Carter as he begins his NFL journey. In a conversation with ESPN, Taylor explained his reasoning directly. It wasn't about gatekeeping his legacy or being dismissive of the young player's ambition. It was about guiding him towards forging his own path to greatness. He has to be the player that he is, Taylor told ESPN. He can't be another Lawrence Taylor. Well, he may be better than a Lawrence Taylor. Who knows? But he has to make his mark. It's up to him. That's powerful advice. Focus on becoming the best Abdul Carter you can be. Not living in someone else's shadow, even one as large as LT's. Taylor wanted to make it clear this wasn't a rejection meant to discourage Carter. And I'm hoping that he's not thinking that, oh, I got shot down by LT. No, it isn't like that, man. It's, hey, I'm with you, Taylor added, offering a metaphor of support. I mean, I'm the guy that it takes too. I'm going to be 2 steps behind you and make sure you don't fall. It's the voice of a mentor. Someone who has walked the path to NFL superstardom and understands the pressures and expectations. Abdul Carter, for his part, seemed to take the decline exactly as Taylor hoped, not as a slight, but as motivation. He posted on X showing his understanding and continued respect. The worst thing he could say was no. My stance don't change. LT is the GOAT, nothing but respect. He then added the crucial part. Showing his drive. This just gonna make me work even harder. I love it. That response speaks volumes about Carter's character and determination. He respects the legend's decision and is using it as fuel. Carter hasn't decided on a number yet, telling reporters on Friday he was still figuring it out. But his admiration for Taylor is clear and genuine. He's learned about LT through YouTube clips and stories of his greatness, calling him the greatest football of all time and someone he looks up to. His desire is to chase greatness and be inspired by Taylor. Not to be Lawrence Taylor, but to follow in his footsteps towards achieving that elite level of play. Carter had even posted a picture on social media during a pre-draft visit that showed Taylor's picture on the wall at the Giants facility, highlighting his reverence for the team's history and its greatest player. The story of Carter asking for 56 first came to light during an interview he did with Bleacher Report after he was drafted. The New York Post later reported Friday that the request had been declined before Taylor himself confirmed it to ESPN. Explaining his reasoning and showing his support, Taylor even offered a light-hearted comment to the Post, saying, I know he would love to wear that number. But hey, I think it's retired. Get another number. I don't care if it's 00. And then make it famous. Making it clear there was no ill intent in the request or the decline. In fact, based on Taylor's comments after their phone call, the two seemed to hit it off. I mean, the guy's a great player. And I'll tell you what, I just talked to him on the phone for a couple of minutes. I mean, what a personality, Taylor said. I mean, He seems like he's a good guy. This is fantastic news for the Giants organization. Their most iconic living legend seems ready to embrace and support a promising newcomer. Taylor has even arranged to meet and visit with Carter personally at the team facility sometime next month, solidifying this budding connection. For historical context, Lawrence Taylor himself wore number 56 for the Giants because he admired linebacker Thomas Hollywood Henderson, who wore that number for the rival Dallas Cowboys. So, the idea of a player choosing a number out of admiration for a great player is part of LT's own history. The Giants organization has shown a willingness to make exceptions regarding retired numbers recently. Last year's first-round pick, Malik Neighbors, received permission from the family of the late Ray Flaherty to wear his retired number 1. However, allowing an active player to wear a number as profoundly iconic and recently retired, compared to Flaherty, as Lawrence Taylor's 56 would have been an entirely different level of exception. Ultimately, while Abdul Carter won't be wearing the legendary number 56, this entire exchange with Lawrence Taylor is a positive story for the New York Giants. It shows a young player with the confidence to shoot for the moon while maintaining deep respect for the game's history and its greatest figures. It shows a legend who understands his role extends beyond the playing field, offering guidance and support rather than simple refusal. Abdul Carter now has the motivation from being told no on the number, the support of Lieutenant, and the opportunity to fulfill Taylor's advice. Go out there, be the player that he is, pick a number, and make that number famous by creating his own indelible mark on the New York Giants franchise. Alright, let's talk about a cool moment involving a New York Giants legend and their newest top draft pick. The Giants selected pass rusher Abdul Carter number 3 overall in the NFL draft. Carter, who looks up to the legendary Lawrence Taylor, apparently reached out to the Hall of Famer through intermediaries about potentially wearing LT's iconic retired number 56. Lawrence Taylor, widely considered one of the greatest defensive players of all time who made number 56 legendary, respectfully declined the request through those intermediaries. But Taylor then arranged a phone call with Carter on Saturday morning, wanting to show his support while explaining his decision. Taylor's message to Carter was clear. He wants the rookie to create his own legacy with the Giants, not try to be another Lawrence Taylor. LT told ESPN that Carter needs to be the player that he is, and make his own mark, adding, quote, "He may be better than a Lawrence Taylor. Who knows?" Taylor emphasized that his refusal wasn't meant as a shot down, saying he's with you, and will be 2 steps behind you, to make sure Carter doesn't fall. Carter, who had shown admiration for Taylor even before the draft, took the no in stride. He posted on social media calling LT the GOAT, saying he had nothing but respect, and acknowledged he knew the worst thing he could say was no. Carter added, quote, "This just gonna make me work even harder. I love it," showing he's using the refusal as motivation. It's a fascinating interaction, highlighting the respect between eras. Taylor was reportedly impressed by Carter's personality on the phone, and despite the number 56 being off the table, and interestingly, Carter's college number 11 is also retired by the Giants for Phil Simms. The two plan to meet in person at the Giants facility sometime next month. So, while Abdul Carter won't be wearing the legendary number 56, Lawrence Taylor's message to the young pass rusher is a powerful one: respect the history, but focus on forging your own path to greatness. It's a gesture from the greatest to ever do it that seems to have lit an even bigger fire under the newest Giant, ensuring the legacy of 56 remains unique to LT while motivating Carter to make his own mark.